Dino, brother, brother, brother. Brother Dino, it's so good to
But
see you, man.
I love it. You're just yapping away, chatting away about bikes, and suddenly I show up.
Brother
What's up,
Dino, it's so
Yuri?
I'm good, Dino. How are you enjoying the monsoons?
Love it, man. It's so beautiful, actually. Check it out.
Yeah,
How do I
you.
flip this? I mean, it's
That's
not
a
raining
beautiful
right
place.
now, but
Yeah.
it's been pouring the whole day. It's been lovely. Unfortunately, can't take the bike out though. I would have loved to have.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have. I was thinking of just going and pulling out the bike right now, just sitting on it and doing this live.
That would have been apt because, everybody would love to hit the streets right now, but due to all
Yeah,
these lockdowns and restrictions, a lot of people
yeah,
have to just like start up their bike and just rev it to feel the
yeah.
joy.
I know,
So,
man. Shall we go start up my bike?
uh, well, we should, if you have access to the keys, we'll do that later on.
Do
But for
I have
now,
access to the keys to my bike? Of course, I
not in
have
the
access
sense,
to the keys to my
of
bike.
course, of course. No, what I mean, if you have the access to the keys right now, you know,
Yeah,
okay, you got a beautiful place. I see you're surrounded by trees, and the weather seems to be happy and
yeah.
chirpy.
I live in a
And
jungle, man. I live in a
you live in
jungle.
the jungle. I've seen your workout videos, and truly inspirational, brother. To all those
Thank you.
young people who want to like hit the gym, stay fit, that's good inspiration.
Thank you,
Oh,
Yuri. Well, I love it. I enjoy it.
okay. The whole part of this Insta Live with Harley Davidson is Passport to Freedom, and
Hmm.
Passport to Freedom is basically bikers sharing their motorcycling experiences and adventures they've had over the years.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'm going to dive right in and
Yeah.
get to the crux of this conversation.
Yeah.
When did you get on a motorcycle? When was the first time the motorcycle bug bit you?
Oh, this is when I was in school, actually. That was the first time, and my first experience on a motorbike was the mopeds in Bangalore. We had the Luna and the TVS
Oh,
50.
I can't forget
That,
those.
that was, and Bangalore, as you know, you're a Bangalore boy. That city was all about bikers, and
Yeah,
I mean, if you didn't ride a bike living in Bangalore, then you kind of missed something.
yeah.
So
You
my first twist with a bike with a motorbike was a Luna. It was
okay?
actually a Luna.
No, no, I love those mopeds. Actually, back in the day, a lot of people used to mod out their TVS 50s and
Yeah,
mount it like a motocross because
yeah.
there used to be the BSA. You remember the BSA motorcycle, the one that came out,
Yes, there was a
the
BSA. There
BSA
was a
Bond, the
BSA
BSA
Bond.
Bond.
Yeah, oh
Yes,
God.
yeah.
That was
So
just a noisy bike. That was such a
yeah.
noisy bike. You could hear it from a mile and you think someone is coming really fast. And then it goes, it's still going.
And you're still in frame. You're still in frame. But
That was
but
quite cool.
but those were the starting days, and Bangalore had a lot of
Yeah,
biking culture and the
yeah.
whole vibe, the colleges, the motorcycle gangs,
It was
groups,
outstanding.
and the whole drag scene, the motocross scene, which
Yeah.
was pretty like vibrant back then.
I I think it only happened most in the south of India. It really didn't happen or didn't exist at all in the
Not
central or
much.
north of India. No.
There was a little bit in Pune. There was a lot of
Yeah,
stuff happening in Cochin, Coimbatore,
Coimbatore,
Bangalore.
Cochin, Bangalore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those were where the
Chennai.
biking. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was great. So I mean, my entire for me, right from the I've ridden every bike which came
yeah.
out then back in the day, and right from your Luna. My first big accident was on a Luna. Can you imagine? And
I
it
think we're
was
not going to talk about accidents.
all by myself. I was trying to do wheelies, man. Can you imagine? I was trying to do wheelies and I hit a wall. It was just weird,
Okay, was it
But
really important for you back then to be on a motorcycle to like get the ladies to like you?
well, yeah. I was just reading a
For
comment. I was just
for
reading some of the
me, yeah,
comments.
because for me, I knew that if I had a motorcycle, the girls would be like, "Whoa, that's a cool guy."
So when I got into college, when I got
Yeah,
into first PU, first year
yeah,
PUC, pre-university, 11th standard,
yeah,
and I was studying in St. Joseph's,
yeah,
and every afternoon we used to go to Mount Carmel Girls College.
yeah.
Now we had to have a bike.
You
Okay.
had to, you had
First, you
to.
to ride there because
Yeah,
then the girls loved it when you came on a bike and you stopped by the college and you just stood
yeah,
by your bike.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
didn't have my own bike, but I used to borrow bikes, whether even if it was a scooter, I used to
yeah. It
borrow
didn't
a
matter.
bike.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter as long as you had a bike.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take a moped.
No,
You
you
couldn't
couldn't.
take
No,
a
no, no.
moped.
That
You got to take
that
a
was downgrading.
it was either 100 cc,
Or
so it
the
was either the
350s?
or the so the 350s are so expensive at that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for us, it was either the ESD, the Road
yeah.
King, the Java, the Yamaha RX, or the Kawasaki. It was the Kawasaki Bajaj, right? At that point,
Bajaj, the Kawasaki
Bajaj,
Bajaj, yeah.
Kawasaki, and I still remember there were four. There was Kawasaki, Hero Honda, RX, and there was one more. I can't remember the other one. And the ESDs. I love the ESD, man.
Yeah,
The
yes,
Road
he's
King. The
back.
Road King was one of my
Yeah.
favorite bikes. So
Well,
yes,
that.
for the girls' college, we had to have a bike.
Yeah, yeah, we had to. I used to love cruising around Bangalore on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
I too didn't get my motorcycle till I was about 22. I kept borrowing motorcycles from my brother's friends, or
yeah,
any chance anybody gave me a motorcycle, I was just
yeah,
grateful to them.
yeah.
Moving on from that motorcycle experience as a young man to
Hmm.
finally experiencing the big boys, which is the Harley
Yep.
Davidson. When did you
Yeah.
first experience the Harley Davidson?
Actually, my first experience on a Harley was not in India when I was traveling
Okay.
internationally on a
Yeah.
film shoot.
Okay.
This was when I was shooting in Switzerland, and the production brought me a Harley to ride, and I was like, wow,
Okay.
what do you know? And as you know, the roads, and that was the I think it was the Road King, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of the Softails.
Okay.
It was a soft. It was a beautiful bike. I think it was the Softail, and
Um, was it
so
a street rod or was it
I think
I,
it was
the lowrider or one of the
it was a
lowriders?
cruiser. It was a Softail cruiser.
There
It
was
was
a
a
road.
Softail.
There is a road king. There is
There's
a
a
road
Road
king.
King, right? I
Yeah,
think
there
it
is
was
a
the
road
Road
king.
King,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
because this was
yeah,
in 2000,
yeah.
2002 when I was shooting over there.
It would be the
So
road king. It would be the road
yeah,
king.
that was my first experience, and the roads over there were
Yeah.
just stunning to ride on. And my second twist was when Harley Davidson actually came to India. They invited me to this
Okay.
ride, which we did in Delhi around the
Oh, all
Gateway
right.
of India. So that was my second twist with Harley, and I remember they gave me the V Rod over there to ride,
Oh,
which was quite
wow.
cool. Yeah,
That's a really cool bike.
it's
That's like a
beautiful.
really yeah,
That is a great bike. But, I mean, it's a powerful bike. It's a Porsche
yeah,
engine
yeah,
or a Porsche designed engine or something, and on
yeah,
V
yeah,
Rod.
yeah.
Beautiful bike. So I loved it, and then I finally bought my Harley. You know.
Okay. And since then, have you been taking trips? Have you been riding around?
Yeah, yeah, I love riding I mean, I have the 48,
Yeah.
but
Oh, that's a really cool bike.
it's beautiful for the street. But what I
Yeah.
did was we did this Harley ride from Bombay to Goa,
Okay.
and I took the 48 from here to Goa. As you all know, the seat you need when you're riding long distance, you need a
Yeah.
really comfortable seat.
You
And
need a
I also
comfortable
got
seat. Yeah.
and I got a small tank,
Okay.
so we had to keep
Oh,
stopping to
that's a big
refill it.
problem. That's a big problem.
With the 48 you can't do long
Yeah.
distance,
Yeah.
but I had the time of my life because there was every Harley on that ride. There was the Street
Okay.
Kings, the Street Bobs,
Yeah.
the Fat Bob, everyone
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
riding to Goa, and it was a beautiful ride. So that was a great experience. I rode once from here to Nasik, and I've come back because now the roads are fantastic. So all
Was it?
my Harley rides have been really fantastic. Yeah, beautiful rides.
One of the
Quite
really cool things about the Harley is the way it makes you feel.
yeah,
When,
yeah.
when you ride a Harley, the way it makes you feel, the sound of the engine. I love that growl because it has its own
Oh,
distinct vibe to it, and it
it's
really makes you
beautiful.
feel. Yeah,
It makes you feel like
it
you're
makes
riding a
you.
bike. I
Yeah,
love a good growl on a bike, man. So
yeah,
on
yeah.
mine especially, I put the Vanson Hines exhaust, and
Oh, nice.
they're the Vanson Hines shots. So the Vanson Hines shots are really loud, so people can
And
hear you coming from far.
but it's got that like vibe to it. Once you
Oh,
have those shot, yeah,
it's beautiful. I'll tell you the
yeah,
good thing about the 48. I'm only talking about the biker, right? Is because it's a 1200 engine on such a small frame.
yeah,
So that bike it's got power, so much power packed into it. It's just
yeah,
brilliant to ride on the street. So if you stopped at a signal and it goes green and I take
yeah.
off with that sound, I just leave people behind, man. It feels so
Yeah.
good, you know.
No, but the entire street range from Harley Davidson, they're really cool to ride, and
Yeah,
especially like you said for like short distances or even like
yeah.
short rides, say about 100 200 kilometers.
It's
If
beautiful.
you it's amazing because
Yeah.
I remember I rode the 883 from Bombay to Goa, and
Okay.
what an experience! What an
It's
experience!
lovely. Yeah, but if you're
Yeah,
riding, I would say if you're riding long distance, you
yeah,
get the bigger cruisers, you get the
yeah,
Softail, or you get the Street Bob, or you get the Road King.
Yeah.
Road King is, oh my God, those are just
Yeah.
comfortable. You just sit
Yeah.
back and it
And just like,
glides.
yeah.
It just glides, you know.
You,
So, yeah, sorry.
so you've ridden with Harley on one of their special
Inaugural ride.
initiatives. Yeah,
Yeah.
initiatives where they were doing something for awareness towards the girl-child issue.
Yes,
Could you
I
tell
did
us a
that
bit
too.
about that? Could you tell us a bit about
So
that?
yeah, this was a few years ago when they did this whole initiative towards, girl child, and they wanted to do a ride. That was in Bombay though. I remember we
Yeah,
did that
yeah,
ride from Carter Road. We went towards, if I'm not mistaken, Marine Drive, all the way to
yeah,
the Oberoi Hotel, parked the bikes there, took pictures,
yeah,
did a lot of press. See, it's just about getting good people together
yeah,
for an initiative. It's great that
yeah,
Harley is doing these initiatives because the girl child, as we all know, is
yeah,
it's a great initiative.
yeah,
Um, and for Harley to take it upon themselves
yeah,
to go and push it and do a ride especially
yeah,
for it was quite cool. The whole idea of it was just to create a platform and to get people
yeah.
right-minded people to come and push for certain initiatives.
Push, yeah. No, that's cool because
Yeah,
Harley Davidson and their chapters around the country, they
yeah,
keep doing interesting social initiatives as part
yeah.
of their biking community culture, which is
Yes.
actually really fascinating because one of the first companies, I think,
Hmm.
motorcycling companies, to kick this kind of a culture off, where in
Yeah.
which they're getting bikers together, or usually people who see bikers on bikes, they just think they're just doing these fancy rides up and down with these expensive
It's
machines.
not only that, the good thing about Harley is that worldwide they've created such a big community.
Yeah,
And because they have such a huge community,
yeah,
wherever you go, every country you go, there's a Harley Davidson,
yeah,
the chapter.
yeah,
So because of that, they reach out to so many people, and hence doing
yeah,
these initiatives is very good on their part.
yeah.
So it works for them also, and it works for everybody.
That's amazing. Now that you're part of the Harley Davidson family, which makes it a lot more cooler, I just want to find out from you what has been your most memorable riding experience? Something that you constantly refer back to as that moment on a motorcycle.
Uh, on a Harley or any motorcycle?
Uh, Ideally, it could be a
Harley.
Harley or
See,
or let's say, yeah,
so I'll tell you. My two long distance on the Harley have been Nasik and Goa.
okay.
And Goa was a beautiful experience because we rode with about 120 bikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 120 Harley Davidsons, all left around the same time from Mumbai. So the highway from here to Goa was just Harleys and
Yeah,
Harleys and
rumbling.
oh, it was just and we stopped a couple of times at all these dhabas
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to have chai, but
yeah,
just the visual of 100 bikes piling in
yeah,
is
yeah.
just something else. To
It's
Nasik,
beautiful.
it is beautiful. To Nasik, it was a smaller ride, but it was a smaller group, but a beautiful ride. So for me, any bike ride is just outstanding. But my first recollection of really good bike rides was when I was in Bangalore. I couldn't afford a Harley at that time, and Harley
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
didn't exist in India at that point.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember I had the RD 350, the Yamaha,
Okay. Oh my God.
and
Two-stroke gold.
so oh,
Yeah,
that was something else. So
yeah.
we rode. I don't know if you know Vikram Matthias from
I do know
Bangalore.
Vikram from
Yeah, so
Jungle
Jungle
Lodges.
Head. So
Yeah.
we rode to Masnagudi. We rode to Jungle Head from
Oh
Bangalore.
wow.
Oh, dude, that was a ride. That was something. So I've done some memorable rides to the jungle. A lot of memorable
But
rides to the
but
jungle.
that's a beautiful stretch, especially when you pass
Once you pass
Mysore.
Mysore,
Yeah, once you
yeah,
pass Mysore, it just
it's
gets epic.
outside. From there, right down to Masnagudi, Bandipur, and then Masnagudi.
Yeah.
Oof, it is just the most beautiful ride. And I still remember once we passed Mysore, at one point it started pouring, and you're riding in this heavy rain,
Yeah.
and it's just jungle. Oh my
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
God, it
yeah.
is
And the
beautiful.
weather, the just the whole atmosphere is brilliant
The
for
the
riding.
ex the experience of riding some in the
Yeah,
south of India, especially
yeah,
in the forests, just top class. It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
so good.
yeah,
And so that was my first great experience. Then when we were in Bangalore, I used to ride to Nandi Hills and
yeah,
Bannerghatta and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I was on a bike. I was on a bike all the
Bike all
time.
the
I mean,
time.
my college years was on the bike. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
even going from home to college, it was
yeah,
always a race. From the
yeah, yeah,
house to the college, you meet anyone at a traffic signal, he revs, you rev, and it's the
yeah.
race is on. The
But
race
but
is
I
on. You know how it
but
is.
I used to know some of your boys back in Bangalore, Shane and everybody from Face the
Yeah.
Town. Yeah, yeah, the Face the Town biker gang. Oh, they
I
had some
was
cool guys. They had some cool
Oh
guys
God,
there.
we had that was our biker gang,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
everyone on RX hundreds, and I remember the Kawasaki's RXs. There was one guy, two guys who had the RD. Then I got my RD, the
yeah,
Yamaha,
yeah,
and so every time we all hung out, it was either a race or trying to do a sprint, a quarter-mile sprint, and see who'll
yeah.
beat each
Each
other's
other,
time.
yeah.
It was so much fun, man.
And
Yeah.
like hustling for some gas all the time. Everybody is hustling for gas.
Oh God. I remember when I had the moped,
Yeah,
money, man, we didn't have money. So at
yeah,
some
yeah.
point you're pedaling the moped to reach the petrol pump because there's no gas.
So,
Yeah, it
so,
was just quite crazy. It's crazy.
so once you started like making money through your
Yeah,
modeling days,
yeah.
uh, uh, what changed? Like, what was the experience like? So suddenly you were like, okay, fine, I can afford some gas.
Yeah,
Was it?
then gas wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
Bikes weren't a problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Going out on a bike looking good wasn't a problem.
yeah, yeah,
Once you
yeah,
came by a little money, I mean, we used to scrounge for money at that point, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everyone used to put in 5 rupees, 10 rupees to even get 1 liter. And
I love it. I love it.
everyone used to calculate a moped, 1 liter will give you about 40 kilometers. We can go from Fraser Town to MG Road and back.
Yeah.
Come on, let's put in 1 liter only. And then
Those were golden days.
you're waiting for the petrol guy, you're trying to poke him and say, yeah, और थोड़ा सा डाल दो. So in case just a few drops more would help us. you
Point
know.
five, point five. No, no, totally, totally. You know, the days when
And
the
beautiful
biking
memories.
culture, and back then when, people were really like getting into the biking vibe, it was
Yeah,
cold. And
yeah,
now with Harley Davidson coming in, I
yeah,
saw you at the India Bike Week with
yeah.
the Hog chapters.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that experience with Harley Davidson and the Hog chapters.
So all the hog. I mean, I'm on the hogs WhatsApp list also. So they have so many. They do so many rides, and like you said, they do so many fun things. They have so many events where,
Yeah,
like for instance, even now every weekend now during the monsoon, actually there are a couple of rides set up
yeah,
where even if it's a couple of my friends, they want to ride to breakfast.
yeah.
They want to go to Colaba, have breakfast, and come back. Unfortunately, everything is shut right now.
Shut
But
now. Yeah,
normally during the monsoons, we plan rides like to Kandala for breakfast and come back, or Lonavala for breakfast and come back. So I think I mean, India Bike Week, I thought was a great event because you get
yeah,
to see different bikes, different brands,
yeah.
what they're all about. Plus, people from all over India come there on their
Come
bikes.
there.
Uh, Great experience, great sort of mingling of people
Yeah,
whose know-how bikes. I met the
yeah.
guy from Jaipur, what's his name, who
Vijay Singh.
customizes Vijay
Yeah,
Singh,
Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh.
who does some great customize. He does some
Brilliant.
fantastic customization on bikes. So
He's
he
done
just
some amazing builds on Harley Davidson. He's taken the Harley
beautiful.
Davidson as the donor machine and created
Yeah,
some beautiful builds. Yeah,
yeah. He's done on Harley. He's just done some great work. Even
yeah,
the Rajasthani leather seats he does
yeah, yeah,
outstanding work. So the whole idea of Hawk is it's a community. You get to
yeah,
meet people. It's networking. It's fun.
yeah,
You
yeah,
do these great rides, and people are from all walks of life. So
yeah,
that's a lot. As a matter of fact, the Bangalore chapter of Hog is
yeah.
apparently outstanding. Outstanding.
All right.
Some friends of mine ride from Bangalore. So when they did the Bombay to Goa Bike Week ride,
Yeah,
was just crazy because they're so
right.
organized. They had about
Yeah,
120 bikes. They have an ambulance following. They have a leading car. They have a tail car. Everyone rides in twos.
yeah,
And when they go through Belgaum and stuff, the whole town
yeah.
shuts down and it's like a parade.
The parade. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, so they do it really well over there. The chapter really nicely done.
I've never really ridden with like large groups, so I've
Okay.
I've never really experienced that kind of a vibe because mostly
Yeah.
my trips are either one or two bikers just like zipping from point to point. But
Okay.
like the story you're sharing makes me want to join a chapter, makes me
Oh,
want to
you
join a
gotta
group.
seriously. These large group rides are
Yeah,
beautiful. Just the
yeah,
sound.
yeah,
When you have
and
about 100 Harleys riding past, man, that sound
yeah,
is just crazy.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
nice vibe. That's a nice. Okay, so Harley Davidson this year in April of
Hmm.
2020 launched a new
Yeah.
motorcycle called the Harley
Yeah.
Davidson Lowrider S. I
Yeah.
want your first
Yeah.
impressions, okay? So I'm going to show you
Yeah.
the image,
Okay.
and I'd like to know what your first impressions of the Lowrider S is. It's
Sure.
unlike any cruiser that you've seen because
Okay.
it has a really interesting build. So
Hmm.
I just want to get your first impression. Okay. It's kind of there. Let me just
I'm
see.
looking at it. I'm looking at it. You have to move your picture a bit or move it to the left.
I'm
It's a bit
getting my.
like the.
Okay, let me get it on a better thing. I'll just get back.
Hmm.
Okay, there it is. But I'll just
Okay,
get my.
yeah, the Conquer. Okay, this is the Lowrider S, is it?
Yeah.
How big is the engine?
So it's a 18,888
It,
cc engine.
oh, that's a large
It's a
engine.
six transmission. It's built on the Milwaukee
Ah,
114.
nice.
Yeah, it's
Looks
just
nice,
beautiful.
man. It looks nice. It looks really nice, but I would customize it.
You
I
would, right?
I I would buy it and change it around quickly. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
no, no. But that's the
it's a
beauty of
nice.
Harley Davidsons.
How big is this frame? Is it bigger than the? It looks bigger than the 48. Is it like a Street King, Street Bob?
It's kind of built on the coastal design style of the 1980s, which
Mm,
is
mm.
kind of a cruiser vibe, which is on the.
Yeah.
It's kind of a smaller version of the Fat Boy in that
Okay,
cruiser
smaller than the
family.
Fat Boy.
It's
Okay, okay.
it's kind of in the cruiser family.
So that's like a Street Bob then.
It
The
it
Street Bob is a
in
smaller
in
version of the Fat Boy.
in between.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay, okay.
and it's got these beautiful motocross raised handlebars,
I
which
saw the
gives you a
handlebar.
more,
Just going to say,
yeah, it
very
gives you a more
easy.
aggressive, yeah, aggressive riding position. I'm actually going to show
Nice.
you a photo of it because since I saw the motorcycle, I've completely taken to it. I don't know if
Come
you
on,
can get a
Harley.
bit. Yeah,
Harley,
there it
send
is.
me a bike. Let me ride it. Hey,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Single seat, huh? Nice, 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 nice. Very good.
So there you
Oh,
can
that's
see it.
cool.
It's the Lowrider, which comes with the Milwaukee 8 114 engine, a 91 bhp
Yeah,
engine,
yeah. What's that?
1800.
Is that street lamp? The headlamp looks a bit, you know,
It's got the
I don't
retro
know.
1980s coastal design vibe, which is
Yeah,
part of the whole West Coast design culture, which was booming back then. So
yeah. You know, I
it's
went
got
to.
that Harley heritage.
It's beautiful. I went to when I was in Daytona in Florida.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
went to the Harley showroom where they do a lot of customized bikes.
yeah,
Freaking
yeah.
awesome, man. Outstanding. It really, some of the bikes there are just insane. What they
It
do is great.
because the whole customization scene in India exploded once like Harley Davidson came with these motorcycles and got
Yeah,
people to see what they could do with their platform.
with their
And like you
exactly.
said, yeah, Vijay Singh from Rajputana Customs was one of the first few guys to go and kit out these beautiful bikes and create some wonderful looking
Yeah,
motorcycles.
because then you're working with a big engine. You're not working with a
You're
small
working with
engine.
big
You're
engines. Yeah.
so
So, so that's the Harley Davidson Lowrider S, the 2020
nice.
model, which is available. And Harley Davidson would like to offer you the motorcycle for a weekend as soon as things settle down,
Yeah,
sometime next month. One of
for
the
sure.
guys will get in touch with you, and it'll
Would
be
love to
nice to
ride
know
it.
your feedback as to what you think about the motorcycle.
I'll have
It's
some
all.
fun with it.
It's a beautiful looking bike, and I'm really jealous that you're getting an opportunity to ride the motorcycle. Uh, so,
There's somebody saying, "What do you know about big engines?" Oh, Miss Dandekar. It's Miss Dandekar. Miss Dandekar is online. You
Shibani,
know.
Shibani. All right, it's good to see. Lady riders. That
Mhm.
I find it really impressive because India as is just exploding with women riders now suddenly joining chapters, creating motorcycle groups, and
Yeah,
coming out
yeah,
full gusto, which is really
yeah,
empowering and beautiful to see. Do
yeah.
you know any lady bikers friends that you who kind of.
Hey, there was that one girl I met on a ride. She left India, the foreigner. Yeah, she used to ride some. She used to ride. She used to ride the night rod.
Oh wow,
What's her name?
Miral.
Miral.
Yes,
Yeah,
from Pune. Yeah, yeah.
and
She's like amazing.
she did that ride around the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Like doing some fantastic
Gaurav,
things.
all our friends are
Ga-
here. Gaurav,
Gara
we,
Kapoor.
yeah. Dandekar's a rider, good bike
Yeah. Do
rider.
you know any lady riders? That's what she's asking. Dandekar, we know you. We know you. All right. So, Dino, we've got a quick fire round. We're going to ask you
Yeah.
some really quirky
Mm.
questions. We'd like some quick responses.
Do you
Okay.
want
So here
quirky
goes.
answers? Do you want quirky answers?
As quirky as can be. Now okay,
Okay.
you got two options, so you got to choose between options. Tuxedo or riding gear?
Riding gear.
Riding gear. A space trip as a passenger or a road
Hmm.
trip as a rider?
I've done the road trip as a rider, so a space trip as a passenger for sure.
Well, that would be exciting. I'd
I'm
carry
a
my motorcycle.
cool
Just
rider. I'm a cool rider. Ladies, I'm a cool rider.
I'm sure they know that, Dino. You don't need to spell it out. You don't need to spell it out. Okay. So do you see yourself more like the Hells Angels kind of guy or a
Hmm.
weekend warrior? You know, a weekend warrior working a 9 to 5 job, then, getting on a motorcycle every weekend to go and get a cup of chai or a pakoda.
I'd like to get on a bike every weekend. I'd love it. I mean, I
Okay.
love riding. So is that a Hells Angels guy?
No, that's a weekend warrior for a chai
That's
and
okay.
pakoda.
Yeah, I would like to get on the bike anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll tell you a funny story. I saw that when I was again in Switzerland, there's
yeah,
a group of riders who went past us,
yeah,
and there was one guy leading the pack. He stopped at the restaurant where we all were,
yeah,
stopped, and you could see this helmet, but just long hair, big beard. Took his
yeah.
helmet off, all the hair came off, dude. He was a bald guy, but the helmet had long hair attached to it. It was just the funniest sight ever. So not
That,
Hells
that,
Angels. I'll be the
no,
weekend
the
guy.
weekend warrior. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you prefer straights or corners? Not to go
Ooh,
on a
I love.
date.
No, I I love corners, especially on a good road. For
Yeah,
me, okay, no, so okay, things have changed. Now I
yeah,
prefer straights. When I
okay,
was in college,
yeah,
I always used to wait for a good corner because
yeah,
I had to bank and the exhaust
yeah,
had to touch the road. If the exhaust
yeah, yeah,
didn't touch the road, that was when I was riding the RD or the YesD, the Road King.
yeah,
If
yeah,
the
yeah.
exhaust didn't touch the road and sparks didn't
With
fly
those,
out, it wasn't a good turn. It wasn't a good turn.
but with those
So
bikes, the pegs
yeah,
always sparked. The pegs kept
yeah.
like sparking all the time. It
It
was great
always
fun.
every time you banked and you went on a solid turn,
Yeah.
it just touched. It's
Oh,
great
that
to
was
hear it,
amazing.
and then it's a good turn. I've had
It's a
some
good turn. It's
falls
a good
doing
turn.
that.
Okay, now that we know you're a corners guy, you've just,
Ah,
come up the cool quotient. Love corners. Okay, so are you a beer kind of guy or are you a homemade kombucha kind of guy? A hipster or
yay, no beer. Yeah, I mean, kombucha is okay. Yeah. Beer.
a
Yeah,
beer
for
guy?
sure. Yeah.
Okay, do you like group rides or solo rides?
Dandekar, you want to say something? I know what you're thinking.
I know what you
Gaurav
think.
Kapoor. Gaurav Kapoor, you want to say something? Huh? Do I like groupies? Yeah, group rides. Group rides are super fun, man.
Group
It
rides are
is
great
super
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Finally, MotoGP or flat tracking?
MotoGP.
MotoGP. But you know
I
what?
love, yeah.
But I've got to tell you, once you get onto a flat track, which is basically where a lot of the MotoGP guys start their training
Hmm.
from, because it helps you
Yeah.
handle a bike, it helps you
Yeah.
like get comfortable on a motorcycle and take
Yeah.
those corners at high speeds. So Harley Davidson and Vijay Singh from Rajputana Customs set up this
Yeah.
flat track in Jaipur and
Hmm.
invited a couple of bikers for a weekend of flat tracking. It was
Oh,
probably one of the
man.
most brilliant experiences. The
Wow.
flat tracks, the flat tracks opened in Jaipur. So if you're ever around, I think I'm going to get Harley Davidson to get you
Yeah,
on that
ask them to
flat
call
track.
me and do this. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah,
It'll be
this flat track is
fantastic.
just brilliant because Harley
So
Davidson is trying to,
I've ridden not a Harley, but I've ridden in Rajasthan.
yeah,
Again, when I was shooting over there, the roads are
yeah,
just brilliant,
brilliant, brilliant.
brilliant. Yeah.
And this flat track experience is just gold because it's a 400-meter or so track, just a
Wow.
dirt track, circular.
Wow.
And these flat track motorcycles are just beautiful. So it was a great trip. So
Oh, that'd be
that's
exciting, man.
something I totally recommend. Now, moving
Okay.
on, this is the next round of questions. I want to know
Hmm.
how well you know your road signs. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to show you three options. Okay. These are three
Yeah.
options here.
I'm looking at the middle picture or the top picture.
You see all the three options, one,
On the
two, and
top
three.
one, I think it's laterally, it's turned
Okay.
laterally. So I have
So,
to wait. One is the second one. I can Baghdad or something, right?
okay, let me just try and get this on because the last time it didn't work. So maybe this time. Okay, can you see that now?
Yeah, it's just really tiny. Hang on. How do I make it?
Okay.
Oh,
Ah, there it is.
okay. Yeah. Okay, one is missile falling in Baghdad. One is plane flying. I can't see the other one because your face is there. Okay, wait. Let me move your.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is getting a little complicated, but what I'm trying to do here is trying to see
Yeah.
how well you know your road signs. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, show me the top one again.
I'm going to show you the top one again, but let me just get this off. I'll show it to you on my iPad. It's much
Yeah, show
easier
me
that
on
way.
your. Okay, show me.
Okay, so there are three road signs. One says,
Yeah,
I turn back if I were you. Then
yeah.
the other one is Baghdad, 89 kilometers with a missile, a plane,
Y-
and
A
some
man with a
kind of
gun.
a man with a gun.
A
And the
gun,
other
yeah.
one is a sign that says 4 kilometers to Kottayam, five
Ah.
kilometers to Kottayam, and 2 kilometers to Thiruvananthapuram. So
Tiruvananthapuram.
which one is an actual sign, and which of these are not real signs?
Okay. I would think the last one is an actual sign because when you drive to Kerala, it's the, I
Yeah.
mean, Baghdad, I mean, that's quite possible in Baghdad. But the first one was what again? I
The
turn
first one
back.
is, I turn
I
back if
turn
I was
back
you.
if I, no,
If I
that's
was you.
rubbish. That's rubbish.
So which one
But
do you
I
choose?
like,
One, two, or three?
I think three.
You're right. Actually, three is a sign. What's really quirky about this sign is it says Kottayam 4 kilometers towards the east and Kottayam 4 kilometers towards the west. Pretty
Oh, I
confusing,
didn't see
but
that.
yeah.
But that's
So
Kottayam.
that
Kottayam
is
is in
Kottayam
both
in
sides.
India.
Basically, it's a circle. You can go like that, you come to Kottayam. You
Yeah.
can go like that, you go to Kottayam.
Well, road signs in India are like really tricky, especially if you're riding up to Ladakh and Leh. You get all these
Yeah.
funny road signs says, hurry because your family is,
Yeah, I know. Drive
worrying
safe.
or it drives
Yeah, is that
some
crazy
crazy
stuff
things.
they've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
Why
So,
is Gaurav
so
calling you a trickster?
Gaurav's always calling me names and things. I don't. Okay, let's say hi to some of your fans who've tuned in here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
somebody says we were on MTV Rocks, which
Both the MTV Rock, were we?
no, I don't think
Maybe.
so.
I've done some MTV stuff. I don't know if it was there. Who else is there? Gaurav Kapoor is there. Vishal Shetty is
The,
there.
then
Dandekar
Darshan
is there.
Josh, yeah.
Everyone's saying hello, 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 hello. कुछ और
There's
बोलो?
a lot of the ladies are saying hello to you.
Hi. So no one's really hi
Any
everybody.
questions for Dino? Anybody have any questions for Dino?
How many bikes do I have? I've got three at the moment.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's
Yeah.
somebody with a.
Dino, have seen you play in your PJs. Oh, at PJs. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we don't
Yeah,
want to know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
This is not
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
show.
Yeah, we don't want to know. Hi, Dino, big fan. Hi, 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 everybody. Love you all. Two pack. Yo, bro, no gym. Don't need it.
All
Okay.
right, all right. So come on,
Which
anybody
is
have any biking questions? Oh, what's your favorite bike? Somebody's
Harley.
asking. Harley, good question.
Well,
Which was your
there
first
are,
bike?
there are, there are. My first was a moped. It was a Luna, and then it
All
was a
right.
TVS 50. Then it was an RX. There was a ESD, and
Yeah.
then a RD 350.
And somebody says, so
Yeah.
good to see both of us. All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
What
Hi.
bike? Okay, somebody's not listening to us. Dino owns a Harley Davidson 48.
Yeah.
How do you prepare your hair? I have no idea what that means.
I cook it in the morning. I put some with some masala, boil it, boiling water. I don't do anything.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. All right. So
Okay.
anybody else? You guys on and
Screaming Eagle or Vansenheim? Vansenheims.
so somebody's asking you, Dino, where are you now?
At home.
Dino's at home,
You,
so
you guys still look young. We are young.
we are
Hey.
young. Hey, who said otherwise? Okay, which one is better? Royal Enfield, Harley Davidson, or
They're all
Harley?
good, man. They all
Yeah,
are good.
yeah.
They all are good. All are good.
And then any movie? Any people asking you, are you getting back to movies anytime soon?
Well, I'm doing a couple of web series. I'm shooting already,
Yeah.
and they'll
Oh,
be out
yeah.
very soon.
Congratulations for
Yep.
Mentalhood. That
Yeah,
went
and I've
really
got
well.
Hostages too, Tandav, Mughals, all these coming out. And
Oh,
movie, my
nicely done.
movie. I'm producing a film, Helmet.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a
Helmet.
nice title. Somebody who
It's
likes
a nice
motorcycles.
time.
Is
Well,
it
it's not
about
the
motors?
helmet. It's
Yeah.
not that
Oh, okay,
helmet, you
okay,
guys.
okay. I got it. I got
You
it. I
know
got
what
it.
the other helmet is, right?
Say
It's
no more.
safety. It's safety anyway,
Say no.
you know.
So somebody's asking, do you like riding electric motorcycles?
I've not really tried an electric bike yet, so I don't know. I have to. I mean, I guess that's the future. I'm sure they'll make them beautiful.
Yeah.
But right now, I love the sound of an
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
It works for me. I haven't ridden an electric bike, so I can't really tell.
Somebody says, do you like riding on towards the mountains or on the plains?
I just like riding. It could be mountains or the coast to a jungle. As long as you're going through nature, for me, it works. It's beautiful.
Awesome. Any plans
Yeah.
of buying a new bike anytime soon? Or are you happy with your current bike?
I'm happy with my current bikes, but if something really nice comes, I mean, I always want to pick up something and experiment and then maybe get rid of it. So right now I'm happy. I've got some great bikes now. Yeah.
And Dino, what's your plan about getting married? Somebody wants to marry you off. I don't know why.
इतनी जल्दी भी क्या भाई? जवान हूँ मैं जवान.
अभी
ये
तक तो
देखो,
जवान हो भाई.
अकेला हूँ, खुश हूँ, तो शादी क्यों करनी है? अच्छा, ठीक है.
That's a good one. That's it. What would you do with the last liter of fuel on your motorcycle? I don't understand. Try and reach to petrol bunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Harley is better for a newcomer? Somebody's asking you which Harley is better. Is it better to start off with a cruiser, a street, or one of the
No, I mean,
tourers?
depends. If you're riding in the city, you need a 48.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to do long distance, you can
Yeah.
get a cruiser. It's as simple as that. You just have to know what your use is. If your use is only in the city, then fine. Did you like riding the CBZ in Frasertown of Mr. Anand? I had my own CBZ. I mean, I did the ad for CBZ. So, okay.
So you got yourself a bike. Okay,
Yeah.
somebody says, who was the killer in the film Shh? That's Gaurav Kapoor.
Gaurav Kapoor.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
You remember that, Gaurav? You remember? Huh? Please don't
Okay.
get married. I want to see you single. Okay, lovely. Cool.
Dino, it was an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And this has been such an eye-opener because I've known you for many years. I had no clue about your motorcycling experiences and your love for motorcycles. And just getting to know that you enjoy riding motorcycles is actually another reason to catch up with you soon because I have a motorcycle.
Ah,
And,
so come on, let's ride,
we
dude.
should get the boys together. You, Santino, Happy,
Yeah,
Aquin. I
yeah.
think we should do a motorcycle trip. These
Yeah,
boys
we
keep doing
can.
trips. We should
They
do
do.
one.
They did
Yeah.
one in Bhutan, which was
Yeah,
beautiful.
they do on Bhutan. That was
The
beautiful.
Bhutan trip was really good.
I think we need to plan one soon and get on the road.
We
So
should.
Dino, thank you once again. And like I said, Harley Davidson India would be very happy to offer you the Harley Davidson Lowrider S for a
Nice.
weekend. And
Nice.
we'd like to know your feedback once you get the motorcycle and experience it. It's a beautiful
Lovely.
motorcycle. It's a
Okay.
1886 cc.
That'll be really interesting.
Transmission motorcycle, 6-speed transmission motorcycle. Beautiful Milwaukee 114 cubic engine, which you will love.
Nice. This sounds
And,
like good. I'm looking
it's-
forward to riding it.
And just the entire design and the riding position, it's aggressive, it's agile, and at the same time, it gives you that cruiser vibe, which is comfortable and easy for those long trips. So
Excellent.
one
Excellent.
of the
Excellent.
weekends, I'm going to get in touch with you and get this done. And thank you
I
so
look
much.
forward to it.
Thank you so much
Yudi.
for
Thank
making
you
this
so much.
possible. And
My
super
pleasure.
fun.
Always happy to talk on bikes. So anytime. And Harley, thank you for this platform. Thanks, Yudi. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot, Nick. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody. Bye.